Oh, I forgot I had this shirt on. And lunch. Let me finish lunch. Old man. God. Oh, get this out of the way. Listen, I just got the greatest insult I've ever had. Now, I've got 1 million hits coming up next month on my YouTube. I've been called a lot of things. This is Sir David the Bard, and I'm coming to you out of Kangaroo City again. I've flown back down here from Utah, and I've been called fat, ugly, gay, child molester, mentally ill. I've had some very descriptive comments over the time of the Bard Show. Now, I just got the worst insult I've ever had, and I don't think I'm going to outlive it. After I did a couple of videos on the black people who are refusing to be real citizens of the United States because they don't have the intelligence, the ability, or the motivation, I did a couple of videos the way the Bard sees it, and some guy came on, brass balls, and said the Bard has turned Republican. The Bard has turned Republican. Oh, God. Ain't that a flaming sword up the butt? Anyway. I haven't gotten into political stuff, mostly because I'm not interested. My background came from human services, BYU, social work. I've always dealt with downtrodden people, children that are special ed, and counseling people who are too poor, and I've always had that side of my life fairly tainted with the history and the background of my educational degrees. Now, that being said, I voted for Reagan. I didn't vote for Jimmy Carter. I thought he was an idiot before he ever showed everybody he was an idiot. Of course, John Kennedy I voted for. Nixon I did not vote for. I knew he was a crook when he went in the first time. Anyway, I'm pretty familiar with the philosophical arguments of politics. I know how the Republicans believe, and I know how the Democrats and the independents. These days I list myself as an independent on the voting ballot, and here's where I'm at. I'm not Republican and I'm not Democrat. What I am is people. I'm for the advancement and opportunity of human beings. Now, I don't want to have a boat, a second home,
front door,
or an airplane and let people have no food or no medical supplies or other necessities of life. I'm not that Republican. But I'm also sick of people sucking down food stamps. My wife works where she comes across food stamps all the time, and she comes home, and now you got to remember, she's a Filipino. She is a U.S. citizen now, but she's a Filipino. And she comes to our country with her background, her education, etc., and her culture. She comes home and bitches to me how the parents with food stamps can buy so much shit for their kids, and normal people that go through the food line don't have that kind of opportunity. They have to pay. Now, if you have children and you have no work, or you're in between jobs, or you're disabled, of course food stamps are a necessity. They're a what we call a catch net in human services. You fall into the net, we're going to save you a little bit. I'm not against that at all. Now here is what I'm against. You give food stamps to ghetto people, and they use them like cash. They buy shit in the community, and they gamble with them. You can go down and watch a card game, and the guys are taking the food stamps from the women and the children they don't support, and they're using them as currency for poker games. So I'm not way over here and I'm not way over there. I hope I'm a little more down the middle. Now, I get angry. I get angry when the Republicans won't raise taxes $1 and 10,000 kids die of starvation. That's shit. I will never support that kind of philosophy. That's, you know, Tea Party shit that hardly anybody supports. Anyway, I also don't support the homeless walking and demonstrating and sleeping in the park, and there's resources all around them. People trying to sign them up for insurance, Medicare, disability. God, you know, Monson just will not leave me alone. Oh, God, it's my dentist. Shh, shh. Hello? I'm doing fine. What's going on? Yes. Can you call me back in about 30 minutes? I'm on the TV right now, but if you can call me back in 30 minutes, we'll do it. That sounds fine. Thank you for your help. Bye. Jeez. It's the general authorities. They're lining up. They're going, damn that Bard. He's turned Republican. We want his money. Hello? Yes? Okay, sounds good. Bye. It was the Republican National Convention administrator. This is the Bard Republican. Get him in here. He can work with Mia Love. She's just a regular black girl, and now we got the Bard. Hell, we may win in 2016. Now, let me get back. The people who are taking advantage of our social catch net systems, I'm against too. I'm very much against that. Now, if you're sick, you're disabled, you are trying to find a job, you've tried to go to school, and you're trying to improve yourself, God, I think in the United States we need to support that and let you come up and out of that with your bootstraps. But I don't want one extreme or the other. Now, these videos that came up about the black people, and they're not really black people, they're black animals of the second race of black people. They're burning the towns down and burning, destroying, burning, robbing, lying, screwing, drugs, gold chains. I'm a nigger, music. I'm against. I'm against. Now, my Abigail, I had problems with her. She's 16 now. At 14 and 15, she wanted to be, I'm a nigger. I said, honey, you're a Filipino. You're kind of a light shade for a nigger. But she identified with the darker skinned people. She wore baggy shorts. She had, you know, the gothic, semi-gothic kind of a look. I went bullshit. I said, you know what? I'm going to send your ass back to the Philippines. I'm done with this. You know, we live here in Kangaroo City in a white, middle-class, safe community, and you need to go to college, you need to get good grades, and you need to be part of this country, or get the hell out. Get the hell out. We had some headbutting for a year or two. Now, she's changed. She's white. I made her read the Book of Mormon every night, and she's turned totally white. She's a blonde. In fact, if I took the book away from her, I didn't want her to become platinum blonde or albino. My point is this. Certainly, philosophical, political ideologies are different for every human being. I don't want to be a Republican. I don't want to be a Democrat. I want to be an independent. But don't let the poverty-stricken people rape this country of our resources. No. Get a job. You don't want to get a job, go to school. But don't sit in front of that television set with your hand on a Coke and do video shows. Whoa, wait a minute. Let me back up. Let me back up. Don't take advantage of other people's income. You make your own income in the United States, you mark your own way. Some get lucky, some get smart, some get unlucky. So we all have to take the life in America as we find it. My little wife came into the country 8 years ago, and she had nothing but the clothes on her back. She's never had 1 cent of welfare. Never had food stamps. Within 2 or 3 days of being in this country, she applied for a job, couldn't speak hardly a word of English. That was 8 years ago. Today, she owns a very expensive condo, 2 brand new cars, has a 401k in, the 5-6 figures, and stocks and children, and she is part of the United States. She makes a contribution every day because she goes to work. When she first started at work, she didn't get paid a lot of money, but she stayed with it 8 years. See? These poor people, they want it overnight. They want it overnight. They want to climb the ladder of success starting at the top rung. No. So I'm in the middle, folks. I'm in the middle. I understand that when Republicans get so damn selfish that they have to have Mitt Romney with Cayman Island accounts and with Swiss banks, I'm against that. It's too much. It's too much. We should have a little bit more than maybe we need, and some for retirement and a comfortable lifestyle. It's too much. No man gets that kind of money without inheriting, and that money never comes without evil. Illegal shit, it's always evil, big money. I don't want the other situation where I drive down Kangaroo City Park there, and the homeless are laying out there, and it's 30 degrees. They're trying to catch kangaroos and eat them. They're mentally ill. They don't have any support. They sleep in the shelter at night. Well, we should try to keep them warm at night, and we should probably help them with some food stamps and with other things. But if they want to be homeless, let them be homeless. Let them be hungry. Let them sleep on the grates in the streets, if that's what they want. If they want help, God, this is America. Let's lift them. If they don't, let them suffer the consequences of their philosophy and their behavior. Now, I just had a great idea. and you're going to think it's prejudice. It's not prejudice. Okay? It goes to all blacks, all whites, all Filipinos, all Asians, Italians. It goes to all human beings who are living in the United States. If you're an asshole and you don't want to work and you're no count, the police should shoot you right in the forehead with unremovable green ink. So when you go to a riot, people that are rioting, just shoot them. Put a green mark on them. It ain't the mark of Cain, Mormons. It ain't. See, you're backing away from that shit with your essay. But anyway, put a green shot on them, a green face. Why? Because when they go for food stamps and you got a green face, you're disqualified. You burn shit. Go out and burn your own house. Get out of here. Go down for Medicaid. I have this growth on my neck. I don't think it's a hickey anymore. You got a green face. Get the hell out of here. Go suffer. You don't want to work. You don't want to work. You want to destroy. You want to destroy. Put the scarlet letter green face on every human being in this country who is a freeloader. Freeloader. Now, some people will come back, and I'm going to be honest. You know the Bard. I don't lie. Okay? I don't lie. I'm on disability. I'm on retirement now, but I've been on disability for years. I'm bipolar. I'm bipolar. I worked and worked and worked and worked at 100 different jobs to try to be normal. I couldn't. I am mentally handicapped, therefore, Social Security said he can't work. And I collected my Social Security disability. Now, is that welfare? No. That's an insurance policy that I paid for, and it finally needed to be used. The United States of America has helped me to have a full, enriched, comfortable life. But I've laid, now I get angry sometimes when I say these things, that's just animation. I laid on concrete, cold concrete, for years and years on high-rise skyscrapers, drilling the steel hangers for the curtain wall going on the outside. Year after year, moving from job to job because I was in a union and I couldn't hold a regular job, but I could hold it for 6 months, 7 months, and I'd move and move. I've been a bus driver. I've been head of residential facilities with emotionally disturbed kids. I've been a glazer. I wasn't a bozo that just go, I don't want to work, just give me another tote. Give me another tote there. Hit him in the face during the riots with green paint. Then when the bastards come in, can I get a job here? Said, no, you burned down 67 other people's jobs. Get the hell out. And if they want to rob and steal and get their food illegally, next time shoot them in the head with a bullet. I'm sick of that. But I'm also sick of Mitt Romney and people like him who say, well, all of them are niggers, all of them are welfare, this and that, and all the Mexican people, they just want to come over here and sit under a tree and have a siesta. That's not been my experience, folks. I've seen it with my own eyes and my own ears. I drove by a construction site last night. Must have been 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. 7, 8, 10, 15 Mexican men working at night in the dark, digging sprinklers, trying to put bushes up, pull the weeds out, move concrete. I didn't see any blacks there. I saw the Mexicans. Now, of course, the Mexicans and every ethnic group is going to have teenagers that do graffiti and drive-by shootings. But the reason that the blacks don't do drive-by shootings, they can't afford cars. You drive-by shoot on a bike, someone may grab you. I don't know. The Mexicans, they're a little richer, so they drive by in cars. But my experience has been, in the 70 years I've lived on this planet, that most of the immigrants come in here for their families, for a job. They're willing to work bent over in 100-degree temperature picking strawberries so their wives and their children will have a better life. I don't see the blacks out there. And those jobs are available to everybody. They're available to everybody. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm just a human being. I believe in justice. And I believe in mercy. You know, I always have teased you. I've always said, you know, when I was single, I kept praying to the Lord because I thought Jesus was going to be there. And I kept saying, you know, Lord, I've been divorced 5 times. Could I get a little mercy on me? Hell, I went to the Philippines. She weighed 100 pounds. And I've had a little mercy on me ever since. I like that joke. Bipolar people, we like it. Normal people, they go, oh, ain't that funny. Anyway, don't ever call me a Republican again. Don't ever call me a Democrat. And never call me a Mormon. So anyway, I just thought he was funny as hell. I should have his handle there, but I forgot what it was. I want justice. The Mormons should treat people fine, and the people should treat Mormons fine. And blacks who want to be part of this country and are human beings, they should be treated with all the mercy, respect, educational opportunities, job opportunities, no glass ceilings. But you know what? the people who are no-count people. Black, there's a large portion of them. White, trash, there's a portion there. Other ethnic groups, yes. They should not get a break. Shoot those damn people in the riot in green face paint. So tomorrow morning, we know who they are. We know who... They couldn't have got that if they weren't at the riot. And then, let's decide how we're going to punish them. Hopefully they won't have health in the navel, marrow, bones, strength in the loins, etc. I don't know. Should we cut their throats? Should we cut their stomachs? The Mormons thought it was appropriate. Visit the Bard store. I may have, Allison wore her hat over to school the other day, and the kids lined up. They wanted to buy more hats, and I said, buy them from Mark. I don't know. Go to the Bard store. You want to buy crap, go ahead and buy it. So anyway, this Bard is gone.